So after I did a bunch of research, I went out and reached out to a bunch of people that I would consider um, are really like my social selling mentors, other people that have taken CBD, and every single person said that Green Compass was absolutely high quality. So I jumped in both feet, bought all the products, and I really owe it to CBD really in returning back to work because I felt pretty good about it. I wasn't as anxious, I wasn't as much pain, and I felt like it really helped with my recovery. And so 3 months in now, I had only intentions of trying the products. And then now I am owning a business and I have a team of 25 people in 8 different states. So this has just been a huge blessing for me. So enough about me. Let me tell you about Green Compass because that's why you're here. So we like to say that Green Compass was created from a mother's love. So Meredith Cook is the founder of this company, and she was not feeling like herself at all after having her baby. I think a lot of us moms can kind of relate to that. Your hormones are all over the place, and she just wasn't feeling like she wanted to get out of bed. And so her brother, who is actually a founder as well, brought her a bottle of CBD. And after about a week of taking the CBD, she felt like the fog lifted. She felt like herself again. Well, Meredith is married to Sterling Cook, who happens to be a CEO and CFO of a sweet potato farming company here in North Carolina. So he's got a huge agriculture market that he can reach out to. So after she did a bunch of research, she said, listen, we've got to be able to find a clean quality product that we can give to ourselves and we can also give to our children. So he reached out to the Wooten brothers, who have 25 plus years of agriculture business, and also sixth generation farmers. And they already happened to be growing hemp, and they were part of the NC State Hemp Pilot Program, also affiliated with all the major universities around here. So that is kind of how Green Compass came about, was between all of those people putting their brains together and how we could come up with a clean product. So things that are important about Green Compass and what kind of sets us aside. Okay. After Meredith did research and I did research as well, I realized that it is like the wild, wild west out there with CBD. If you didn't know this now, that 80% of the hemp is actually sent in from China. Okay. And we all know that China is high in pollutants, right? And they actually use hemp to clean the air. And then what happens is they mass ship it to the United States, and people just they'll wholesale it and slap a white label on it and call it CBD. So you're not quite sure what you're getting. So when they did the research on this, they realized that, they need to capitalize on an opportunity to really come up with a quality product. And so another thing to remember about this company is that we are USDA certified organic. Okay. You guys know that that's a really hard certification to get. And so we are excited that we are one of the only companies that does have that certification. And then also along with that we pride ourselves on are that we are vertically integrated. And why that's important to you is because we actually use organic soil. We plant the seed, we grow it, we harvest it, we extract it, we bottle it, and we ship it. So there is no middleman at all. It is truly farm to family. So those are some things that really set Green Compass aside that aligned with me and why I said yes. Next is going to be the product. So Katie Lambert is going to take over for that. And I appreciate you guys joining in.
Hey everyone, thanks for hopping on. Like Morgan said, we appreciate your time. My name is Katie Lambert. I live in Vermont. I am a mom of 2.5 years old, and 6 months old. I work full-time at a very demanding corporate job, and I've been with Green Compass about 4 months now. I have a direct sales background, but I just really wasn't getting the growth that I wanted and that my efforts were that I was doing. So this opportunity was presented to me, and here I am. So I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about what CBD is and then kind of go into some of our products. So like you guys, I'm not sure if you are familiar with CBD, but like when I first thought of CBD, I thought of marijuana. I don't know why I related the two, but I think it's a huge misconception. So I just want to talk about that to start with. So I was hearing about all these great benefits of CBD, but I didn't really know much about it when I linked arms with Green Compass. So CBD actually stands for cannabidiol, and it's an incredible compound that's found in the cannabis plant. So I'm not sure if like you guys, but when I think of cannabis, I immediately think of marijuana and those psychoactive impacts that it has on our body. But there's actually two plants, like two completely separate plants. So marijuana is one, and then the hemp plant is the other. And marijuana is in high levels of THC, which is what has those psychoactive impacts on our body. And hemp has low levels of THC and high levels of CBD. So that's the huge, huge difference. And I think that's kind of a huge misconception with CBD. So I always like to talk about that first. A great analogy that I like to use that I think is just easier for a lot of people to understand is if marijuana were wine, then hemp would be grape juice. So they both come from the same place, but they both have very different impacts on our body. So try to relate to it kind of like that. I think it's just easier in a broken down way to kind of understand. So how does CBD work in our body? I'm not sure if you guys know, but we all have what we call an endocannabinoid system. We call it the ECS system for short. And what this is it's a ton of receptors in our body, and we actually have receptors on our skin as well. But basically, think of these as like little trees. Every receptor has a little tree. So when these receptors get depleted, CBD is what helps bring them back to length, bring them back to the normal tree length. So let's say 1 week you're having problems sleeping, like you're not sleeping very well. That's where CBD would go when you take it. It would go to that sleep receptor in our body that's short because you're having trouble sleeping. But let's say next week, you're having a lot of pain in your back, or you're having a lot of aches or joint pain. That's where CBD would go. So that's one of the really neat things with CBD, because I have a lot of people ask like, okay, well, I'm having trouble sleeping. What would you recommend just for sleep? So that's what's neat with CBD is it's bringing our body back into balance or homeostasis. And that's all within our endocannabinoid system. So kind of think of your endocannabinoid system as little receptors throughout our body. And as they get depleted, that's where CBD comes in and kind of balances our body back out. Now I'm going to run through some of the products. The bread and butter of our company is our oils, or what we call our tinctures. As Morgan stated, all of our products are USDA certified organic, and the carrier oil is an MCT oil, and if it's flavored, which I have a couple here, if it's flavored, then it's also a certified organic essential oil as the flavoring. We're committed to the highest quality, like Morgan said. We're a family company, so that's really what breaks us down. So we want the highest quality. We want something that you can give to your entire family and feel comfortable and know that you're giving your family a high quality product. So we have two types of CBD. We have full spectrum and broad spectrum. Full spectrum has the legal limits of THC, which is 0.3%, and broad spectrum is THC free. And going back to the quality piece, all of our products have a QR code on the bottom of the bottle. Bad light here, but think of it like similar to like with everything with COVID, most menus, at least here, you scan them with your phone because they don't have the actual menu and the menu pops up. That's exactly what would happen here. So you would scan this and a third-party analysis report would pop up and tell you exactly what's in your bottle. So that's super, super important, you guys. So if you don't learn anything at all tonight, know how important quality is. And like Morgan was talking about, where your CBD is coming from, because there are so many people and companies trying to capitalize on CBD right now, and it's trash. So make sure you at least know where it's coming from. That's what's so great about these QR codes. And sorry, I'm trying to find the other product here. So one thing to note, again, with the QR codes is a lot of competitors or other companies use other parts of the plant. So we use the flower only because that's where the good parts are. And a lot of our competitors, or like Morgan said, like slapping on a white label, are using the stalk and stem just to try to use filler. So that's kind of using quantity versus quality. So we really strive for quality. Going a little bit into more depth in our products, one of our newest products here is our nano jellies. These are amazing, family friendly for kids as well. They are broad spectrum, so they're THC free. And basically what we've done here is shrunk down that CBD molecule so it can actually be absorbed within your bloodstream a lot quicker. So any other quote unquote gummy that you see on the market that's a CBD gummy really has little to no absorption rate. So that's what's really neat about these is we basically shrunk down that CBD molecule to bypass your liver and go straight to your bloodstream. So the absorption rate is a lot higher. So you're actually getting the impacts of that CBD. These are amazing, super family friendly, kid friendly. We have topicals as well. These are two of the staple items in my house. We have Reduce. Think of Reduce kind of like a CBD infused icy hot. So this is amazing to keep on hand if you are a gym goer, have aches and pains. This is really, really great. I am still nursing my daughter, so I love to use this like on my shoulders and like my neck area. So love this, love this. Soothe is another topical. This is great to have on hand for bug bites, sunburn, any skin irritation, eczema. My daughter actually yesterday, we were outside, I swear, for like 5 minutes and got tore up by mosquitoes. So I was applying this all day just to keep her from itching. And so that helped a lot. We also have skincare. Like I mentioned before with our endocannabinoid system, we also have those receptors on our skin as well. So we have an amazing skincare line. We have a glow bundle that's super affordable, and CBD is actually a great anti-inflammatory. So our skincare bundle is really, really amazing as well. So as you can see, we have a very, very broad product line, all amazing products. We also have lip balm, bath bombs that I am obsessed with. I was never a bath person, but after using these, I am 1,000% a bath person. We have a new bug spray that we just launched called Buzz. We have a plethora of products. And what we also always love is that we also have a 30-day money-back guarantee. So we truly, truly stand behind our products. So get with the advocate that invited you, and they can kind of talk to you about dosage or which products to start with based on your specific needs and wants. I'm going to pass it over to Allie, and she's going to talk to you guys a little bit about the business opportunity with Green Compass.
Thanks, Katie. Okay, guys, I'm Allie Cleek. I am a mom and a mom of two. I have a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. I'm married, and I live here in Virginia Beach. I also work full-time as a special education teacher specialist, and I've been at my job for about 12 years, which is kind of crazy. And funny enough, 11 months ago, if you would have told me I'd be talking to you guys about CBD, I would have laughed in your face because it was not on my radar at all. Totally would have blew you off if you said that. I was with another direct selling company for about 4 years, and I truly love that company. You know, I started working with them 3 to 4 months after I had my first child, because my husband and I kind of just felt that pressure of daycare, and I knew we had to do something. So I worked with them for about 4 years, and I grew a really good business, but it kind of got to the point where my effort wasn't matching my income. And about that 4-year mark, I had heard about Green Compass. But like many of you, I was like, thanks, but no thanks. You can buy CBD at 7-Eleven, a gas station, a grocery store, like not for me, you know, didn't believe the hype. So I kept watching Green Compass, my friend Emily, and you know, a couple months later, I was like, let me just send her a message. It's not going to hurt to ask questions. So I asked her all the questions and I was like, gosh, I couldn't get Green Compass out of my head. I'll never forget this. I was teaching summer school one day and I was just so tired of thinking about Green Compass, but truly doing nothing about it, that I just joined that minute. I didn't even tell my husband. I don't even know if I told my husband the next day, really. I just joined and I was all in. So funny enough, what took me 4 years to build with my previous company, I surpassed in 3 weeks with Green Compass. So it's truly such an incredible, incredible opportunity. So you heard about our incredible product line, which I love those Anna jellies that Katie was talking about. But our founder's original plan was actually to sell our CBD in medical practices and pharmacies. But then word of mouth kind of got it started, and friends and family were coming to Meredith and Sterling and wanting CBD. So they were kind of realizing that referrals and word of mouth is powerful. And then they started to dream a little bigger, and they thought, our product truly does not belong next to X, Y, and Z on a shelf. We have such an incredible story to tell. Why not get people like you and I to be that trusted resource? So our founders linked arms with all the right people, and thank goodness they did. So we're 2 years old, we're brand new, and our team projected us to do about 300,000 our first year, and we blew it out of the water and did 11.5 million. And then last year during a pandemic, we doubled that number again. Well, more than doubled that number with about 25 million. So that just leads me to this opportunity. And I want to kind of highlight 3 main things when you're thinking about direct sales. And I call it the direct sales trifecta. So that's product, comp plan, and then the culture and leadership. So the first thing is, is this a product people are going to use? And the answer is yes. So within the network marketing space, health and wellness has the largest percentage of sales. And then within health and wellness, natural and alternative products have the percentage of sales. So, and more importantly, most companies have a product that targets a certain gender or a certain age group or something like that. But with CBD, we don't do that. Our clients are literally everybody: men, women, kids, pets. And not only that, but CBD is truly helping people live and feel better. And like I kind of hit on before, CBD, at least here in Virginia, CBD is everywhere. I can't go out of my neighborhood without seeing a sign on the corner that says, there's a dispensary or there's a local CBD shop. But unfortunately, most of those places, even dispensaries, are white labeled CBD. And that's kind of where Green Compass gets to come in. We get to be that trusted resource because our company is leading with quality and integrity. And then the next thing is compensation plan, right? It's important, This has been so life-changing for my family and I. I'm a teacher. That's not like, I'm not making millions, right? But our life looks so much different than it did 11 months ago, I think it now. We have so many more options. And it's not just me. We have people from all walks of life having success over here. We have stay-at-home parents, business owners, nurses, teachers, pharmacists. And I truly believe that the number one reason we're having success is because we have an innovative, fast-growing, ground-level company. That means that your network gets to hear about it from you instead of their best friend or their neighbor or Sally at the grocery store, And then we have a consumable product. So people are going to order CBD. They're going to love the benefits. They're going to reorder. And each time they do, you're going to make commission. And then, some people are going to love the product so much that they want to sell it themselves. And each time they do, you're going to make commission. So it's truly a snowball effect. And overall, just very briefly, there's 9 different ways that you can earn income, and that money is paid out weekly and monthly. So you can get paid up to 5 times a month. And truly, the best part is you get to plug into this compensation plan as much or as little as you want. So if it's part-time, full-time, or lifetime earning potential, we have it over here. And then lastly, the leadership. And I think coming from somewhere that I have tons of experience in the network marketing industry, leadership is just so important. And our corporate team is full of professionals that have experience in agriculture and direct sales. So we get to mesh that together, and we have the perfect corporate team to give us everything we need. So speaking on that, they give us shareable videos to generate interest, corporate videos to learn how to navigate your business, specific groups on Facebook so we can kind of learn and collaborate with one another. And then of course, everything's optional Zooms that you can, or recorded calls that you can send to people. So regardless if it's like a product innovation, a training, or a resource, you join this business alone, but you're never alone to figure it out. So really quickly, how it works. If you decide that this could be something for you, it's a really simple process. So you get a business kit and your website is live. It takes 5 minutes tops. And then corporate does all the heavy lifting. So we do not stock inventory. We do not ship inventory. If I had to have inventory at this house, either the dog would eat it or I would lose it. So we don't have to do any of that. And you get access to $1 billion industry for basically the price of a Costco trip, or like me, maybe a Target trip gone wrong, like last night. So your goals are your goals. If you want to cover daycare money, or you just want a cool shoe fund, we can help you with that. If you have big goals and want to replace that 9-to-5 income, this opportunity is for that as well. So Green Compass is really helping people, meet their health and financial needs and desires. And I just encourage all of you to do your due diligence, allow yourself to dream of the possibilities. So I think at this point, I just want to first say thank you so much. I know Sundays can be rough. Everyone's preparing for the work week. So we really do appreciate you guys spending, 30 minutes with us. And I want to just open it up very briefly for some questions, because I'm sure if you're thinking it, somebody else is thinking it. Or if you're not comfortable saying it, you can throw it in the chat box and we'll be sure to answer that for you. Anybody? We don't bite, I promise. We're actually really fun. And it's okay if you don't feel comfortable. You can always reach out to the advocate who invited you and ask them. That's totally fine as well.
Someone has to have a question. Come on now.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I had to unmute it. I have a question. Did some of the product has like 3.0 THC in it?
Yes, ma'am. So all of our full spectrum will have
And
the
so, go ahead.
all of the full spectrum products that has the whole plant will contain the legal limit of THC, so 0.3%. And that's because of the hemp bill that passed. That's legal in all 50 states.
So if you don't want it, if you don't want that product to have it, you can purchase either one.
If you want to stay away from
Is that what you're
THC,
saying?
yeah, you would get the broad spectrum. Broad spectrum is 0 THC.
And what's the other one called?
Full spectrum and broad spectrum.
Okay, so what good would the broad, I mean, what would they do? I mean, if you took one and you took the other, then
Like comparing the two,
why?
is that what you're asking? It's breaking up a little bit. I'm having a hard time.
Yeah, I guess so.
Comparing the two. So it's
Yeah,
really a personal choice.
hearing
Both
too.
of them, both broad and full, both create homeostasis within the body. So it's really a personal choice if you want to use the whole flower, or I always suggest the full spectrum if you are able to handle the THC. But if not, you're still going to get the same benefits with the broad spectrum. So it's really a personal choice. Like for kids, I would always suggest broad spectrum. If you are someone who gets drug tested at work, broad spectrum. So there's really not a more benefits with one or the other. It has to be a personal choice.
Then why do they make it that way? I mean, why is it done that way? For what reason?
Some people want the THC. It creates the entourage effect, and I can send you an article on that if you want.
Oh, you don't have to send me any articles on any of that stuff. I just was curious why they would make one with the THC and one without it, because CBD in my brain says there's no THC, but you can't 100% take that THC out. That I know. So have you tried it that way with the THC in it?
I have.
Any of it?
Mm-hmm.
And can you tell the difference?
No.
No, you can't.
Mm-mm.
Does one product cost more than the other because
Nope.
it has THC or it doesn't have THC?
Nope.
They're the same.
Yep.
See, I just couldn't understand why they do it with the THC when, you can get THC if you want THC anywhere.
Because THC with CBD actually works a lot different than just straight THC. The compounds work together to create the entourage effect.
Yeah, well, I've used the CBD when I was up in San Francisco, and it worked.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not through your company, but it was good. And my granddaughter used it when she was in labor, and she did good.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great product. I see there's a question in the chat. Can you speak on how you got started and kind of the ground? I think as far as the business hitting the ground running, I love these products and what they've helped me and my family, and I truly love this opportunity. And it's so new that I just started talking to everyone I knew, and they kind of were like, yeah, I want to help launch this company too, because that's essentially what we're doing, is helping launch a brand new company that's really taken off. We actually have the FDA like looking to us to be the role model in the CBD world because we're doing everything right. What are the consultant levels, and what is the commission levels based on Tinley, I will get somebody to send you some information, but basically, as far as sales, you make between 13 and 30% of all your sales. It's a hierarchy system. And then as far as your team, you make between 4 and 6%. And then those percentages go up as you go up. So it's a hierarchy system, but we have a great video that kind of explains it all that we can send to you. I just get what the advocate invited you, because I'm not sure who invited you. Any more questions, guys? Yes, it's all hemp-based. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for hopping on with us. Please get with the advocate if you have any more questions, and hope to work with maybe some of you guys soon. Good night.
Thank you.